Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and on this channel we talk about all things plants. And today's video is episode 3 of my series called Make My Space Alive. And in this series I take spaces and I transform them by DIYing, styling, and most importantly, I was gonna say plant sizing them, but filling them with plants. And in this episode, we are making over a little corner of my office that I share with my husband, and we are transforming it into a jungle-esque plant nook. Now, full disclosure, this is kind of where I put all of my plants that I don't know what to do with. So this window over here is actually a southwest facing window, so it's the brightest light I get in my house. I live in Georgia and there's trees everywhere. So as I'm living in this house longer, and as some people have noticed on or commented, that I have a lot of low light, which is true. And I'm figuring out ways to kind of work with being a plant person in a low light situation, which can be a little hard at sometimes, but I am really implementing a lot of grow lights into my space, which I implemented one in my space today, as you will see as well. I wanted to stylize this corner to make it aesthetically pleasing. So like I said before, this is kind of where I put all of my plants that I don't really know what to do with or need the most light. Like my bird of paradise behind me is a very bright light plant, and it's been sitting over here. It's been doing really well, but it's also always had a grow light assisting it. So I really wanted to make this space somewhere where I felt like it was stylized and it was somewhere that I wanted to be, and it wasn't just kind of a dump of my plants that I didn't know what to do with, because the rest of my house is very strategically styled with my plants and implemented as my decor. And then up here I was reluctant to show a lot of it except for crop spaces because I didn't stylize it very well. It's kind of one of those spaces that just fills up with plants, and I know some people love that look and others don't. And just the personality that I am, like, I like to have a meaning and reason behind everything that I stylize. So this was kind of like a don't look at this corner because it's not pretty, in my opinion. So we're gonna change that today, and I'm pretty excited about how the outcome turned out. But before we get into it, if you have not already subscribed, I would love if you would hit that big red button down below and join our family, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every single time that I upload a video. And you can follow me over on Instagram, where I have more of my plant styling and just daily plant care, or plant care in general. And also, if you want to check out the other 2 episodes in this series, I will link that down below. In this series, I have a DIY plant shelf, and a little bit different than a full plant video, but I did make over a space and added a few plants for beginners. So yeah, I've been kind of introducing this video for a long time. Let's go ahead and just get on into this video. Before we get styling this nook, let's take a look back at what this space looked like before. Alright, the first step that I take whenever I'm like designing a space or styling a space is just kind of to clear the entire area out, because that way you can kind of see clearly what you have to work with, and what it kind of just like gives you a clean slate to really get creative and really think about how you want the space to look. So it takes me a while sometimes to really get a space in my head. So I'm a very visual person, and I definitely go to Pinterest and, inspiration I want it to look like and what the vibe and the feel look like. And once I get a few key pieces, like I knew like this chair that I'm sitting in was something that I had and was going to use in the space, so I wanted to style around it. And so a few images like these are something that I was really vibing with and really inspired to, make my space similar to it. Getting the key pieces can really help you bring your look together, and certain colors. Like I know the wall behind me is green and my rug in here is black and white, but I wanted a certain little pop of jungle theme. As you'll see later on in the video, what I brought in to help kind of tie it all together and kind of have an eclectic, fun feeling to it. So now that I have my area completely cleaned out, I'm going ahead and place the chair in where it needs to be so I can gauge on where I need to hang the pendant light down from. So the light that I got is like a pendant light like this. So I can hang it from the ceiling, and actually I have a grow light to go in here. I had a grow light in that IKEA lamp before, which worked out perfectly. It's a great grow light lamp, but I was just kind of tired of the look and design of it. And this is not gonna take up floor space. So this lamp was pretty easy to assemble together. You just screw it on and then your light bulb's just gonna go right into it, and it hangs down. I really wanted to get a corded situation so I didn't have to like hardwire it into the wall. And my plan was to kind of hang it over the chair and then hide the cord in that back corner. So as you can see, it kind of has like two hooks that initially hooks and then hooks it in the corner to kind of drape it and make it fall all the way down the back wall. So I'm trying out a new grow light I've never used before. I saw it on someone's Instagram. I will link it down below. It's called Houseplants, and I got the warm LED color. They also come in like a white LED, but I figured it would be a lot nicer to not have like that bright LED. So I'm gonna put it up in the lamp that I just installed, and I'm excited to see the difference between the grow lights that I have. So the other grow lights I have are look like a lot more like regular light bulbs. I'm hoping this one, okay. At first I thought I wasn't gonna plug in it the same way. So it's a lot more intense looking. And it's really heavy and metal, so hopefully it works in this. Alright, the ultimate test to see if it works. Let's plug it in. So I need an extension cord, but this is definitely not going to be like a sitting down and reading Nook if that light's on, because it's very bright, which is great for plants. That's what I bought it for. Let's be real. Now that I got the placement of the light and the chair, which are the main big pieces of the initial steps that I needed to build everything around, I'm going in and adding all of my plants. I'm starting kind of biggest to smallest. I'm putting my bird of paradise in the back. I guess it's the most jungle feel as it comes behind you, and it's the biggest space that I have. And also I have different plant stands that I am incorporating into to kind of layer things up, and also placing them on the chest next to here.
Hey babe, look what the hole I am in. I try not to think too much about what might have been, How nice if I just could let you in. I know you could be my remedy. How long will you keep trying? I know it's not, babe, it's not easy. I guess deep down inside, I knew you could be my remedy. If I gave you my heart, you could tear it apart.
So initially I tried to put this leopard print, or leopard artwork up there because I thought it would work really well with the jungle theme, and I put it up there initially and I really thought it was too busy. It wasn't going with what I was looking for. So as you'll see in the final reveal, that's why it is gone and other things have replaced it. Which just goes to show that throughout the design process, things can change. You just need to try it on. If it doesn't work, you can always try something different. And here's the fun little jungle aspect that I've kind of been hinting at this entire thing, is a cute little tiger rug. I saw this, I think, on Amazon, and I was really excited and I needed it in my space. Now before I reveal the final space, let's take a look back at what it looked like before. Alright, now let's take a look at what this space transformed into. There you have it. We have our little plant nook. I am excited how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty well. I think I'm gonna try not to clutter it up with more plants in the future, but you never know as a plant parent. And I've actually sat in here a few times just kind of relaxing in here and just being, you know, comforted by my plants. And I also really love the grow light. The grow light, I think, is a really solid light. I think it's working really well. Also, I just want to show you how bright this light is going to be. It's off right now because I think it would look weird, but let's just take a look at how bright it actually is. Like, I feel like my plants are in a constant interrogation room, but they love it because it helps them grow. The one thing that I am not that crazy about after living with it for a little bit is the pendant light. So I like the overall look of it, but I think the light bulb sticking out of it is what's bothering me. And I can't figure out a better pendant light or what I want to do. I might try a different grow light that I purchased that's a little bit more sleek. Let me know what you guys think. What do you like about the space? What didn't you like about the space? What would you change? Leave it all in the comments below. I love reading your guys' feedback. A lot of times it's very helpful and it kind of gives a new perspective on things that, you know, I didn't think of. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little plant nook makeover. And again, if you want to follow me over Instagram, I will leave it on the screen and link down below. And you can see more images of this plant nook. Alright guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.